Okay, well, I'll just skip right now to number 4.
Okay.
There is a dark side to donating.
Uh-huh.
By one estimate, used clothing is now the United States' #1 export by volume, with the overwhelming majority sent to ports in sub-Saharan Africa. African textile industries are closing their factories and laying people off because they cannot make clothes as cheaply as those American items found in the bend-over market. That quote was taken from an ABC News report, The Truth About Where Your Donated Clothes End Up. I had researched this before, and a lot of people say, okay, I just have rags or whatever. I'm like, if you still send it to like the Salvation Army, Goodwill type places, they'll take what they can. The rest will be sent to companies used for textiles for like padding and carpeting. And then a lot of excess is sent to small communities in Africa, and they buy clothes for really inexpensive. But I didn't realize that
You're putting people out of work by doing
you are
that.
putting people out of work. So donate. We're not saying don't donate. They're just saying think about what you buy, because what is the life going to be afterwards?
Okay.
Okay, another thing that they talk about, number 5, everything you own is something you have to take care of.
Makes sense.
A friend told her that she started on her path to minimalism. She read a single paragraph in an article, Zero Waste Home, where the author said that every decorative item sitting on a table is nothing more than something you have to dust.
Mm-hmm.
She realized in that moment that everything you own is something you have to take care of, so she immediately cleared off most of the surfaces in her home and instantly felt like she could breathe. Our time is so precious. Who wants to spend it cycling mountains of laundry from washer to dryer, replacing dead batteries, or buying replacement parts and shuttling items from room to room? The things you own in life end up owning you.
Okay.
So that's something to think about, and it's true. You can't keep up just dusting things over and over. A clear surface is going to be much better, let you breathe. Clutter has been linked to depression, and they go back and forth on, are you depressed because you're cluttered, or is your clutter causing depression? There is the definite link to it. UCLA research did a 9-year rigorous study of how 32 families interact with their belongings, and they found a correlation between high cortisol levels, which is stress in women, and high density of household objects. So whether depression is causing clutter or clutter is causing depression, not a good thing.
Okay.
Most of us who are weighed down by mental clutter, the to-do lists and calendar events cataloged in our brains, find a shocking amount of relief when we cut back on physical clutter. So if you have mental clutter, like you're overwhelmed, you cut down on the clutter around your house, your mind will feel better. The longer you keep something, the more attached you become.
That makes sense.
It really
Yeah.
does. Like
Well, you kept it that long because you cared about it in the first place.
thinking about particular clients who save everything that their child ever did in school. It's so hard to get rid of it because they've saved it for 20 years. Well, now I'm going to save it for another 20 years so that my grandchildren can see the first drawing that my child ever did. Oh my gosh. Children do not want, I don't think, ripped up, old, outdated books that their grandmother read when they were 5 years old. That's
Really?
all.
First edition Dr. Seuss books that we grew up with, those are keepsakes.
Okay, yes. But I think you know what I mean. The like chewed up, dog-eared, smelly things, just because so you're saving it, you don't want to get rid of it because you've saved it for 20 years. Now you're going to save it for another 20 years.
This
I
is
knew I should have started backwards.
White House.